Om Adi Shakti Namo Nama. Hello everyone. Welcome to the channel Decoding Sanatana. Here we discuss about the logical and scientific aspects of Hinduism which we often fail to understand due to lack of discussion or proper knowledge and pass off as a ritual or superstition. So here we discuss about those scientific aspects in a very subtle way so that everyone can understand about that. And it's all of the things that we will discuss in our channel are based on some researches done by me, and these are some of the things are my personal opinions. So please, if you are free to disagree with me on certain things, but which you can post it in the comment section. So let's start. My first video was on the Navdurga concept in Hinduism, which got a good response, and some of my friends asked me to create this channel and share such further videos on Hinduism. So here I am with the second video, and in this video we will discuss about the Durga Vahans and the significance in the all the Vahans means all the animals in which we see in which we worship with Ma Durga in during the Navratri has gone right now, and in the Durga Puja we just we worship mother in her Dashabhuja form, that's the 10 hands form, and each of the hands are holding a different astras or weapons, and that has another significance we'll discuss in later of some of the videos. And now we can see that in the Durga Ma, along with Durga Ma, as we worship Durga Ma, we also worship Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati, Ganesh ji and Kartik ji, together with them also the Mahishasura, and all together with their Vahans, all the Vahans they carry, and with whom they arrive. And according to the Shakta Purana, and it's according to the Shakta Purana, and some other Puranas differ in this thing. According to the Shakta Purana, Ma Lakshmi and Ma Saraswati are daughters of Ma Durga. In all other Puranas, we find that in some of the Puranas we find that Ma Lakshmi and Ma Saraswati are sisters of Ma Durga, and in some other Puranas they are not related, and they are the same forms of the different manifestations. But according to the Shakta Purana, they are strictly the daughters of Ma Durga. They are the elder daughters of Ma Durga, and after that Ganesh and Kartikeya came. But in all other Puranas, we find that mentioned that Ganesh and Kartikeya are all sons of Ma Durga, are both the sons of Ma Durga, and Ashok Sundari is the daughter of Ma Durga. That's the another concept we'll go further in details, but in this video we will discuss about the Vahans in Ma Durga, which we often find in the idols of Ma Durga, the Vahans with whom she comes. So let's discuss. So the first Vahan, that Ma Durga's herself Vahan, is Som Nandi or Davan. So this is this lion that Ma Durga rides on, and the lion represents, the lion of Ma Durga represents the power, strength and the bravery that she possesses. There's this thing that Ma Durga rides a lion, and lion is called the king of the beast of the jungle and the king of the jungle, and Ma Durga rides on it. According to the Puranas, she was gifted by Himavan, the personification of the Himalayas. And if you may not know, the Uma or Parvati, which is the feminine form of Ma Durga, not the Shakti form of Ma Durga. She is the Shakti form of Ma Durga, but in the Ardhangini form of Mahadev Shiva. She is the daughter of Himalaya. So when Ma Durga, when Ma Uma or Ma Parvati is in a Durga form, so she has various gods give her various weapons and powers. And Himavan, her father of Parvati, he gives her the lion or Davan. So Davan in some other text we find the name as Som Nandi. It may differ, and in some other text we may find this as Gadavan. It's different in different texts, but the main thing is that it's a lion, or in some other texts we find it's a tiger. So that represents power, strength and bravery that Ma Durga possesses. So this is the thing that she is the epitome of all the power she possesses, and that's why the lion is her ride. And that means that she is so powerful, that represents actually power, that she is riding the king of the jungle. That actually tells us that she is form of that higher authority of power, that of all the powerful animals she is riding the most powerful animal of that. Okay, so let's next move on to the next animal, which often many of the people miss. In almost every idol of Ma Durga there is presence of a snake can be found. Either the snake she is holding with one hand, and the snake tries to either entangle or bite Mahishasura. The snake was gifted to Ma Durga by Shiva himself, along with the trident, which Ma Durga is holding. On almost all idols we see the killing Mahishasura with the trident, and that Shiva was also gifted the snake also to Ma Durga, and according to the Puranas, and that represents the consciousness and the masculine energy. So there's this beautiful thing that according we worship the feminine energy in Ma Durga, of Ma Durga, in the form of the feminine energy. We worship that, and that the masculine energy is also uh, their presence of the masculine energy is also essential to for the feminine energy to gain its power to the maximum thing. So that's why the snake is the representation of that. And let's move on to Mahishasura. Now Mahishasura is the asura that considered the woman as the woman as powerless and less compared to male. He asked for a boon from Brahmaji and asked that no any male of any species, be it in Gandhar, be it in Kinnar, be it Nag or Sarp, or all any of the animals, or in human Devta, no one can kill him. Only the that boon was there. In the boon, he forgot that he had to ask for women also, because he considered women as the weaker gender, and that's why that's the story and significance of Ma Durga, that women should not be considered as weaker gender, because when all the gods failed, then Ma Durga came to their rescue, and that's why her name is Durga. Actually, she's the Katyayani roop of the of Uma or Parvati, but she is called Durga because she just held all the Durgati of all the devtas. That's why she is called as Durga. Okay, so let's come on to Mahishasura, and the Mahishasura can be represented with a bull, or now huge buffalo, or a bull, not exactly, normally it's called buffalo. Okay, so buffalo, that buffalo represents actually laziness, lethargy, and small mindedness, which Ma Durga, in all the idols you can see that first Ma Durga beheads the buffalo in which Mahishasura was taking his form or hiding or something like that in the Puranas. Beheads, that means Ma Durga is beheading the laziness, lethargy, and small mindedness, and that represents the tamogun. There are three gun, rasogun, we will not get into that, just in some other videos we will get into that. That represents the Mahishasura represents the tamogun which Ma Durga is slaying. Now let's come on each of the particular vahans of all the children of Ma Durga according to the Puranas. Now the first vahan of, let's come from Ganeshji. Okay, the Ganeshji's vahan is called Mushak Raj. That's the small rat in the form of rat. There is a story according to Ganpati Ganesh Purana. It's according Mushak Raj was an asura which was killed by Ganesh, which was actually defeated by Ganeshji, and then Ganeshji told him to stay under him, so that all his crimes that he committed will all be means slaved, and that and in some other Puranas we found that his name is Karuncha. He was a Gandharva that was cursed by a sage to turn into a rat, Mushak Raj. Okay, so that represents we are not going into the stories, we are going into the representation of that. The Ganeshji, this thing is very beautiful, that Ganeshji is so huge, he can be it can be said that he can be represented as in form of an elephant with the elephant head and the bigger bulky body, and his vahan is very small, a rat. A Mushak Raj is a rat or a rodent. So this represents that the biggest of the tasks, it's my personal opinion, and you may vary with it. I see it as that the biggest of the tasks and hurdles can be carried out with simple and small grounded thoughts and mindsets, that if you are so big, you can carry your all the efforts in a very subtle way by staying grounded. So also Ganeshji is the epitome of knowledge and wisdom, but his vahan is merely a rat. That what that means, that doesn't matter that how big you become in life, that's how big you become in life, you should always stay grounded to the people associated with you and give respect to people working under you. That's the thing. That's how you can attain the riddhi and siddhi in life. The aspects of Ganeshji which we see, that riddhi and siddhi should be there in life, and that's why this thing that the rat signifies the vahan of Ganeshji. Now let's come into the second vahan of Kartik ji, the peacock. The peacock has the name of this Parvani. The name of the peacock, every vahana has their name. Okay, so the peacock has the name of Parvani, and that represents splendor and majesty. Now we can see that Kartik ji is called the handsome of all the devtas, so his vahana is the most beautiful of the bird. That represents that we should always stay associated with the people of your status. Kartik ji is the epitome of beauty. It is mentioned in the Puranas that he is very beautiful, he is very handsome, and he is the handsome of all gods. But and he is also the senapati of all gods, means the commander in chief of all gods. And so his vehicle must be such majestic and such with speed that it can flew around the world. It means that you should always stay associated with people with of your status and mindset, and because that's the predominant requisite for self growth. That's what I understand from it. If you want to self growth, if you want to attain that self growth in yourself, you should always stay associated with people that are of your status and that share the same mindset with you. Because if you are downgrading with the lower mindset, with people with lower mindset, that automatically your mindset will also degrade. And that's the thing, that the most handsome of all the devtas has the most beautiful bird as his vahana. Now let's come into the third vahan, and that's the Hamsa or swan. The swan of Ma Saraswati, that's called the white swan, and its name is Hamsa. That represents wisdom, grace and beauty. Now this thing that that's the depiction of wisdom and knowledge of Ma Saraswati has. The Hamsa is as the depiction of the wisdom and knowledge of Ma Saraswati has. The white color represents the purity that must come with knowledge. That's the thing, the white color must represent the purity that must come with knowledge, and that is important to clearing all the doubts of ignorance one has in life. Okay, so it is the depiction of knowledge, gives us new perspectives. That's why the white swan is represented as the Ma Saraswati. It's just a mere depiction. And let's come into the last animal, that is the Ulluka, that is the owl of Ma Lakshmi. And in some other texts we find the name as Pechaka also. So this Pechaka is the owl of Ma Lakshmi, and that represents wealth, prosperity and glory. In the text we find that represents wealth, prosperity and glory. Now how does it it can be associated? Now we can see that owl sleeps during the day and wakes up during the night, and the thing is that there's this spiritual meaning associated with it, that that's the indicative that owl sleeps during the day, and that's the indicative of the darkness and ignorance of people chasing behind the materialistic wealth and not the spiritual wealth. So goddess Lakshmi is always associated with wealth and prosperity, and people often fail to recognize that wealth doesn't only mean the materialistic wealth. It's basically the spiritual wealth is of much higher level than the materialistic wealth. So the owl asks us, the owl or the Uluka asks us all the devotees not to be trapped by the materialistic wealth and splendor that we often see around Ma Lakshmi. Because it becomes the symbol of universal wisdom, and easily that's the reason sometimes it's said that owl is the one of the wisest of all the birds. It wakes up during the night and sleeps during the day, and that represents that you can overcome all your degrades, and those who works during the day, works during the night, can also attain the wealth in that way. Not only wealth in materialistic wealth, that is the wealth in spiritualistic wealth too. So that's the meaning of all the vahanas and my perspective about it. You are free to differ, as Hinduism provides us all the aspects. We can criticize gods also. So that's the beauty of our religion. And if you find the video useful, so please share with your friends, and if you would get a new perspective about all these things, and so please tell me in the comment below. And if you want this video in some other language like Hindi or Bengali or Assamese, you can. That's the three languages apart from English that I know. So you can ask me. So I will try to post it in other language, or what next topic you want to know about the facts of Hinduism. If it is in my knowledge, I will try to put my perspective onto it, and if it's not, I will try to research and bring out that concept. Okay, so thank you. Please, if you like the video, please like it, share, subscribe, as YouTube says, right? And please subscribe to the channel, because it gives me a new motivation to bring all the new contents about the video. You can also connect me with the same name, Decoding Sanatana, on Instagram. That's another channel on my Instagram. You will find the same videos, and I will try starting posting short videos about the little concepts of Hinduism there. Okay, so that's all for today's video. Okay, thank you. Namaskar.